Was there anything that the writers ever had JJ do that you objected to, where you said this is going too far, or I don't
Never.
think he would do this? Okay.
Never. I was always, I'm the guy. See, I think comedy, and if you look at a sitcom, and even though I don't get work and they don't listen to me, but I know, I hate to say it, it sounds terrible. I know comedy. And comedy is somebody, in terms of sitcoms, and any major comedy, except for like a Cosby. I know it's sacrilegious to mention his name, but he's still the best guy out there. But anyway, in any major comedy other than Cosby, there has to be somebody who takes the pie. There has to be that one person who is that immediate laugh guy. And by that I mean, you look at a Mary Tyler Moore, or you look at a Jerry Seinfeld, whatever the shows are, the major shows. And there has to be that guy to go, well, we would do it, but who would be that stupid? Hey, gang! That has to be that guy. And if you don't have that guy, you don't have a comedy, except for Cosby. Every major show, The Big Bang Theory, which is a major show now, they have that guy, Jim Parsons. Two Broke Girls, they have the cook, they have the other tall, skinny girl, they have that guy. You must have that guy. That has, in my opinion, it's just me, I'm an out-of-work, low-life road comic, that, to me, has taken the black ethnic guys out because they don't want to do that. They don't want that wacky, zany, kooky cat. And you go back all the way to Lucille Ball's show. She was the girl who took the pie.
Right.
You know.
Do you think it's fear of being criticized?
Yes, without a doubt. It's a fear of being typecast, stereotyped, criticized, especially in the black ethnic thing. That's why you haven't seen it in a Hispanic show. You don't see it. You won't see it in any show. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's the reason you'll never see a poor black family on TV, because people go, well, we don't want it. No, that's not going to be that. You'll never see wacky guys on TV. In movies, you'll see a Kevin Hart, playing a wacky, kooky guy, but not on TV. They won't allow it, and they won't allow a black family to be poor and struggling. And now it's Blackish, which is really, even though I'll say this now and I'll stand by it. That show had been out there for a long time, that concept of that show. This guy was lucky enough through Debbie Allen and those kind of guys to get the show on. All that show is what would happen with Theo if he grew up and had his own family. That's all it is. Now, he says his family is like that, and his wife's name is Rainbow, and she's a doctor and the whole deal like that. All it is Theo growing up. And it's no more than that. It's tough to get a black show on. It's tough to get a minority show on, because there's always, and a minority show has to be the Cosby Show. It has to be perfect. Our show stopped minority comedy because there was so much complaining about our show. So they never did another show like our show. We had a guy on our show, and now everything has changed because people bitched about it. In our day, there were no black writers, no black comedy writers whatsoever. None. Norman Lear was begging for black writers. He wanted a black writer so bad, and he was taking tremendous heat. He had us, Jeffersons, and Sanford and Son, and he wanted a black writer. There just weren't any qualified. There just weren't any. Nothing personal, it's just that's the way it goes. He sent out a thing to all the black colleges, North Carolina A&T, Morris Brown, Howard, whatever. If you think you can write comedy, or you think you can write my show, please write it, send it in, we will evaluate it and do whatever.
What a great opportunity.
He sent it out to all, because all the entertainment or arts departments or whatever you call those things that they have in college, they were all bitching about our show and, how can this crazy JJ guy be this whatever. So he says, if you think you got something, please, we will look at it. So they got a guy, Michael Moy, who wrote from Carolina A&T, and he wrote a script of our show. To show you how good the script was, this never happens in sitcom. They shot the script as is, as it came in. Anybody who knows anything about sitcoms, scripts go through. I've had a friend of mine write a script for our show. The only thing left in his script was the word elevator. That was it. They completely changed.
They rewrote around the word elevator.
Elevator. That was it. And to tell you the honest truth, he resold the script to What's Happening. The same script because they changed it so much. But anyway, Michael Moore came in and he wrote for us, and he was tremendous. When our show went on, he went on this deal, Silver Spoons, and a couple other shows, okay? They signed him to a deal at Fox because he's such a good writer. He sat there for whatever many years, nothing happened. Cosby Show came on. They said, man, this Cosby Show is so saccharine, so sweet, so goody-goody. We want to write a show that's the opposite of the Cosby Show. Just a mean, horrible, black thing. So they went to Michael Moore because he's black. He wrote it. They looked at it. Chris Albrecht and those guys were there. Looked at it and said, oh, man, this is sensational. But we can't do it. It says they'll kill us. Chris Albrecht and those guys get fired. As you know, at studios, people go, come, whatever. They look at what they had, stashed away. They looked at it and said, oh my God, is this funny? We can't do it. They will kill us. That generation got fired. Next guys came in, they go, man, do we love this? But the black people will destroy us. Somebody said, why don't we do it as white people? They did it. Married with Children. Supposed to be a black show.
Crazy.
Would never have worked as a black show. They would have gone insane if that was a black show.